Hi, welcome back to a new episode of the Guys Book Club. Book Club, yay! And today, guys, today, an extremely special episode. Because today, guys, I finished my first semester officially. Now I finished all the tests, or the first time that you need to do the test, and I have a second time, only one test that I need to do another time because I failed in the course. I got 27. I was second in the whole class in the lowest. So I said, if you fail, at least you fail. You need to be the ones that get the lowest grade. But no, you need to know how to fail. Anyway, I'm going to do it next week. It's in a week and a half. So this week, this is Wednesday. Today it's Wednesday, and I have I said Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I have a vacation to rest or doing for the 35 I think, days that I'm locked myself in the university. Didn't get out, just learn, try to learn, and we finished. It was finished damn faster than I thought. And yeah, actually it finished faster than I thought, so damn. And I finished my first semester, so I'm really happy about it. I proved myself that I can do it, that now I'm going to, that I can finish my degree. So let's go, first semester. Congratulations to me. So I'm really happy. And guys, today I'm going to record 4 episodes because of the last 3 days. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. On Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I didn't record an episode because I learned to the test to pass them. And today it's going to be the 4th episode. So we are now at the time to record 4 episodes. And I have a ride to my home at 9 p.m. to now it's 2.5. It's 10 minutes to 3 p.m. So I have just enough time to record the episode, to upload the new episode, to upload the new video, to try to start to work on new video to wake motivation. And yeah, so I said it's better to me to get to come home, to get home after I finish all the stuff that I need to do, then come to home and start working home. Because if I need to go to home, if I want to go to my house right now, I need to go with buses, and it's going to take me much more time than just from a ride. So yeah, anyway, we be efficient. So guys, if you're new to the channel, this just explain why it's so special this day. And so guys, if you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you're already new to the channel, welcome back. My name is Zach and I'm the host. And I'm your host. I need to work on my English to 4 days without English. My English got a little bit broken. I need to warm it up. And I'm the host of this podcast. And guys, I know I'm aware of the fact that sometimes speaking English it's going to be challenging because we have a lack of self-confidence to speak in English, to maybe to be in the camera. And guys, I truly believe that English is the number one tool that each one of us want to be successful. And the second tool that going to pass a lot is to get well for the camera. And guys, if you take those two skills combined and we combine them together, we can create content to the internet. We can influence billions of people all around the world. And I'm aware of the fact that sometimes it might be challenging to speak in English and to be on the camera. And what we are doing on this podcast is I want to inspire the people to also work on your English and to be confident to stand in front of the camera and just communicate in English or maybe any other language that you want to learn. And I'm doing so by showing you guys my own self-example, my own journey to become a master in English speaking and a master communicating on the camera and Eastern English reading and speaking. And I'm doing so by showing you my self-example, my journey, and the ways that we are doing it is by reading books together. I'm telling you about a little bit about my life, my journey, what I learned during the process of podcasting 5 episodes per week. And I only missed two episodes in 2021, but we are back on schedule because I released 3 episodes in one day. As you see, it's dry. And I think that by sharing with you guys my own journey, my success, my failures, the obstacles that I faced, how I overcome them, in general in my life. and inspires the people, maybe you and as a lady gentleman that are watching the podcast, maybe you also do the same. It also share message share your message with the board and expand the board. Just make a difference, because it's really important. I truly believe that it's really important that you share your message with the board. And guys, you see behind me, I got my friend, and you see, if you see the lady, she saw the podcast and she said, "Oh my God, I can't. It's too much for me. Too much AK for me," and she passed out. It's maybe, yeah, the podcast might affect you. You might be affected by getting passed out because it's awesomeness of the podcast. Anyway, so your friend, he come to save her and he call his other friend, this nice angel. He called this nice angel, and he told him, hey, let's take her back and let's take her surprise her and take her to the book club. And here they are on the book club. So guys, if you want to check them out, you know where you can find them. On 3, 2, 1, kabam! You can find them on Good Fun. And this great background upload to Good Fun by neither than Imara. Imara, of course, guys, if you like the picture, and it's uploaded on 28 on February 2015. And of course, guys, like the video as we always do, it's already downloaded. It's downloaded already almost 30,000 times. And if you want to download the picture, you just need to choose the resolution for mail, press download, right click on the picture, go to שמירת עונות בשם מילים, עושה picture as in English, and tap down in the comment below how you want it in your own language, and all of us need to guess where we are all around the board. Press on it, choose where you want to save it, press save, and kabam, just like that, you will get this great background on your computer. So thank you very much for Nimara for sharing this. So thank you very much to the artist who made this great background, and thank you very much for Nimara for sharing it with us, for sharing this great background with us. And today, guys, we'll continue our journey with your next 5 moves, and we are masters the art of business strategy. I need to warm up by the podcast, guys. I forgot by Patrick David. Really great book. I really enjoyed it. And today, guys, we'll continue with moves number 5, guys. We are getting close to finish the book. Move number 5, which is a power plays. How to prepare, how to make a power plays. And we learn about how to beat Goliath. And let's continue to learn about it. So, guys, if you want to check out this great background, or if you want to check out the book on Patrick David's social media account, and you know that I really recommend to check them out, because on his social media accounts, Patrick David shows us a huge amount of knowledge, and guys, just going to listen to Patrick David media podcast and his social media accounts with each knowledge you can just gain from it. And got all the links in the description below, so make sure to check them out after the podcast. After the podcast. And guys, if anyone of you have any suggestion for me, I can improve myself or the podcast, or if anyone of you want to come to the podcast, they can to the podcast, share the board, discuss the board, make a difference because we're real. Or just have a great time with me in English because I'm a really nice guy. So please let me know in the comment below so we can arrange it. And of course, guys, it's always feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. Maybe you learned something nice that I said from the podcast, maybe a nice quote, or maybe you have your own life tips and lessons that you learned from your own, and you'll see on somewhere else. Feel free to share it even fast in the comment below, so all of us can enrich our life thanks to you. And guys, one thing before we jump to the book, before we start reading the book, if you enjoyed the podcast, if you enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed the journey, and if you found it inspiring, please consider to subscribe to the channel, put an application notificated on each time. That's extremely exciting episode on time YouTube. You know, it's going to be 5 extremely exciting episodes per week. And you know what it's coming next week. It's you guessed it. It's going to be the special episode, 300 special episode of the Guys Book Club in the board, the AK Book Club. So yeah, let's go. And like the video and share with your friends, guys. It's really 1, 2, 3, 4 clicks from you, and it's really have a huge impact on me. So thank you very much. And shout out to my 2 subscribers, and shout out to my total 255 total views of the podcast. We have 200 284 episodes, I think, right now. Yeah, it's going to be today, it's going to be 284. And we have 255 episodes. So make the math, there is a lot of episodes that never got the views, but I don't care. I really. Of course, I want to get the views. Of course, I want to be successful with this video. And it's part of it. But I don't care because it's not the game that I'm playing. It's not the game that I'm playing to get the views on this channel. It's not that I want, as I said, if I don't get 1 million views, it doesn't worth it. I do it because I do it, because I believe in podcasting and I believe in training, and I prepare myself to the moment, as Greg Plitt said. You just need to work on yourself, and when the time will come, you can crush it, and you will get your opportunity. I don't remember exactly how you said it. You need to prepare yourself, and you will be the master. In the end, it's a song. In the end, it will be the master. By Greg Plitt, motivation by your boy AK. So check that out. So yeah, guys, without an introduction, let's just dive right into the book. So your next 5 moves by Patrick David. Master the Art of Business Strategy, page 204, and we just read the last line of 203 until 208. Meet with the meet, the legend, the one and only, the man himself. Give me Mr. John, please. Give me Mr. John, please. Give me Mr. John, please. Your boy, AK, yeah. That's what's up, that's what's up, what's up, that's me. So let's go. So, title. Be shameless about self-promotion. The first rule of self-promotion is that you have to be shameless. What holds people back is the fear of being judged. Visionaries have gotten past that. You can't be afraid of judgment when promoting yourself. You want people to notice you. Phil Knight of Nike is shameless. Jerry Jones of the Dallas Cowboys is shameless. Dwayne The Rock Johnson is shameless. Kevin Hart is shameless. Do you think Hart reached nearly 100 million Instagram followers by being timid? If you are not shameless, no one is going to know who you are. What holds us back from being shameless is a fear of humiliation. So what if you are humiliated? Do you know anyone who is not being humiliated? The people no one knows anything about. The people hiding in safe corporate jobs. Do you know anyone who is not being humiliated? You know who is it? It's the people no one knows anything about. The people hiding in safe corporate jobs. When I say be shameless, I don't mean you should brag. I mean that you should do as much as you can within your narrative and brand to make sure you get eyeballs. Self-promotion is an art form. You might feel uncomfortable bragging, but you can do it in subtle ways through the stories you tell. Let's say you are in an attorney's office, and he or she has some plaques on the wall. You could say, you know, those are impressive plaques. Listen, I can tell you that to be recognized as a top attorney takes a lot of work. I respect that because when I got my plaque for being the top broker in our company, I remember the effort it took to get there. What is crazy is that what is crazy is that many times people don't see the effort behind the closed doors. So I applaud you for what you did. Another way to self-promote is by making predictions. Make some predictions based on your intuition and research. Why is that important? Because if even some of your predictions come true, you gain credibility and look like a sage. Now, some people may say, "What dumb advice, Pat? Are you really telling me to put myself out there?" What if I'm wrong and end up being humiliated? Consider the alternative. Consider the alternative. Never being wrong and no one knowing about who you are. I'll be humiliated and that people will know who I am. Conor McGregor, the former UFC champion, said, I'm cocky in prediction. I'm confident in preparation, but I am always humble in victory or defeat. He shamelessly put himself out there. And win or lose, McGregor always controls the narrative by making bold predictions. By making bold predictions. Yeah. No. Great real estate developers also make predictions. So do great stockbrokers. They put themselves into the news. You think Jim Cramer landed a TV show by being timid or never going out on a limb? His show isn't called Shy Money. It's called Mad Money. He gets people talking about him. Some say he's an idiot. Others swear by his advice. I've never met Jim Cramer, but I can bet he's laughing all the way to the bank. I don't know who is it. Don't be afraid to make predictions within your industry. Again, think about the framing. Here are some titles of articles by the investment advisor and the personality Peter Schiff. Peter Schiff. Negative interest rates are bonded. Peter Schiff. The only winners will be the people who bought gold and silver. Peter Schiff. Whatever the Fed is going to do will stink to high heaven. Schiff has been singing the same tune for decades. Sometimes he is right, and sometimes he is not. But he is always in the news. He self-promotes. He makes bold predictions, and as a result, he has become synonymous with investing in gold. When a financial TV show is looking for an expert on gold, Schiff gets a call. I realize I've thrown a lot of examples at you. To summarize, the most important tenets of social media are. It's really important for me because I only on social media. Have a personality. Be bold. Be brash, if that is who you are. Be engaging. Trumpet yourself when you are right. Poke fun at yourself when you are wrong. Accept the loss when you are wrong. Promotion is something you must constantly be doing. Here is another technique. Instead of name dropping, book dropped. Let's say you are sitting in a meeting and in response to a comment. Let's say you are sitting in a meeting and in response to a comment, you say, one of the books I read was such and such. And in this book, he talks about this. And I feel like this is what is going on here with the company. And I recommend that book to you. If the other people in the meeting are ambitious, they will write down the name of the book. If you can give 2 or 3 books recommendations in a business conversation with somebody, in that person's mind, you are a well-read autodidact. Whether you have a college degree or not, is irrelevant. The next way to self-promote is to have strong opinions about subjects within your field of expertise. For instance, you might say you don't agree with where the marketplace is going, or talk about one of the mistakes the industry is making. A great place to do this is on your blog or podcast. When the topic comes up, you can say, I recently wrote a blog about this. It created a lot of controversy because my belief was such and such. I will send it to you so you can read it. I wrote an article about why home ownership is not the American dream. It blew up. Fox connected me. CNN connected me. The Denver Post did a feature on it. is what about this entrepreneur who doesn't believe in home ownership. That was my opinion. It created so much controversy just because I wrote one article saying what the real because I wrote one article saying what the real American dream is, and that is it not home ownership. It's entrepreneurship. So share your thoughts and opinions, and then self-promote the articles you write. You need to have a level of certainty about what you are talking about. People can tell the difference between certainty and uncertainty. Believe me, it's not that hard to know when somebody is certain about what he or she is talking about. Believe me, it's not that hard to know when somebody is certain about what he or she is talking about. Having a certainty alone is a way of self-promoting. Don't overdo it, and don't make things up. Have an opinion, have evidence for that opinion, and state that opinion with certainty. My challenge to you is to self-promote. Put your fear of being judged aside, and put yourself out there. Say or do something bold. Let people know who you are and what you are stand for. Title: Align your brand with your master vision. When I first started creating content on YouTube, I named the channel Patrick with David and called the segments 2 minutes with Pat. As I thought more about my vision for this content, I realized that the channel was about education. I wanted to provide value and entertainment, and that would inspire entrepreneurs around the world. My unselfish reason for creating the content was to give back. I wanted to offer everything I wish I would add when I transitioned from salesperson to entrepreneur and later to CEO. I made a list of the questions I would add at every pass of my career when I had felt powerless and clueless. And I went about answering them, and I went about answering them. I was also committed to doing it in a way that was interesting. So many of us struggled in school because the approach was so damn boring. I wanted to create a content that would make people want to watch it, that they could learn from, and be entertained by at the same time. I also had two selfish reasons for creating content. One was for my kids and the future grandkids to have access to what I thought about life. I visualized my kids one day binge watching the content. Maybe at a time when they think I might not be too happy with them, only to realize that daddy loves them. The second reason, you guessed it, to control my narrative. Getting back to my business reasons for creating value treatment, I realized that to scale the brand, I will need to take the focus off me and direct it to the vision. I imagine you spotted the problem quickly. The title of the weekly statement, 2 minutes with Pat, was all about me. It had nothing to do with my vision. You have heard me talk passionately about how to think like a chess grandmaster. When it comes to launching a new idea with a massive vision, it's time to put the mindset of a grandmaster to use and plot 15 moves ahead and plot 15 moves ahead. Are some coming to mind? Can you put yourself in my shoes back then and strategize how to go from a struggling solopreneur making videos to a leading educator? I'm guessing that you might even be thinking of some things I missed. And when you see my list, you are probably going to poke holes in my strategy. Yes, please do. All right, time to take a look at how I implemented my plan to take my video series to where it is today. And it's really can help the IK book club. So let's see. Title. 15 moves to transform a weekly segment into a channel focused on entrepreneurship. Spend a long time getting clear on the vision. 1. Spend a long time getting clear on the vision. 2. Consult with our creative team to brainstorm new names and for the channel. Buy and study every book on marketing and media that exists. 4. Identify who we don't want to be as much as who we want to be. 5. Make the channel about the mission rather than my personality. 6. Create a new logo, name, and website that embodies a leading educator. 7. Attend social media industry conferences to learn different strategies. 8. Start learning the language of media and what needs to be tracked. 9. Hire people in areas where we are weak. In the next 90 days, hire an expert in SEO, search engine optimization. 10. Gradually increase the rate of posted content. 11. In the next 30 days, hire a full-time editor. 12. Map out a strategy for Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and be prepared to act quickly if the next social media app overtakes the big four. 13. Present myself as an expert in the marketplace. Write an article as an expert and post it on multiple platforms. 14. Create clear criteria for which guests invite on the show that match the brand of valuetainment. And 15. I'm keeping this one quiet for now. This next move will be revealed soon enough. In the conference, I think. Maybe. The board of podcasting. The result of those 15 moves, we changed the name to valuetainment. And the rest is history. Today, valuetainers around the world have watched billions of minutes of content. What has been fascinating is that each time I've chosen to touch on a new topic, a new audience is shown up from the community. It's led to many business deals and contents that have helped cement the brand and, as a byproduct, attract business to my company. As of May 2020, we have more than 2.3 million YouTube subscribers and are leading the leading channel on entrepreneurship. Title: Turn off the noise and cut the fat. In 2005, the National Science Foundation published an article stating that the average person has between 12,000 and 60,000 thoughts per day. That's a lot. Of those, 80% are negative and 95% are exactly the same as those of the day before. A major power move is turning off the noise. Once you start controlling your own narrative, you also need to reduce the time you spend paying attention to everybody else. Once you start controlling your own narrative, you also need to reduce the time you spend paying attention to everybody else's noise. Do you think big figures are paying attention to celebrity gossip? Do you think they're obsessed over the news? They do get the bullet points in the morning because they need to stay informed about current events. But they don't waste time with conspiracy theories or clickbait. That is way too much noise. Also, Turn off the noise of negative friends and small filters. Turn off the noise of family members who don't support what you do, what you want to do. Not even bring up ideas in front of them if you know you really only negativity. Turn off the noise. Stop any distractions and negativity. Remember, there is a big difference between someone who will give you constructive criticism and someone who is just downright, and someone who is just downright negative. Guys, guess what, guys? This is the end of the episode. Well, thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate that you choose to invest the time with me. And now, guys, go out there and inspire the world, look at the and enjoy the beach party time. And I can't wait to see you all on the next week, the next episode in the next week of the Great Book Club in the World Book Club. Until then, have a great time and enjoy the weekend, enjoy the beach party time. Have a great time and bye-bye. Okay, so today is Wednesday, 2nd on February 2022, and the time is 15:18. And yeah, this is the first episode, and I have a few to go. So let's go. And I'm really proud about the exams that I just said. I need to do one more, and then some essays that I need to write I need to do, and then finish. יאללה חבר'ה, יום רביעי, 2/2/2022, שעכשיו היא 3:19 בצהריים. אז כן, באמת, מבסוט לגמרי שסיימנו עם המבחנים, נשאר לנו מבחן אחד, קשרות המונים, כנראה יום שאני נחזור לאריאל, אחרי שנבוא לשחר, נחזור לאריאל, נלמד עם עומר, קבעתי ללמוד עם עומר, נלמד עם עומר, נתקתק את החומר הזה, חייב לסיים עם המבחנים האלה, לסיים איתם, לעבור אותם, לסיים את המבחן הזה, תקשורת המונים, חייב לעבור אותו, אחרת אני נחשב בקורס. אם אני לא יכול ללמוד אותו שסמסטר הבא, זה פדיחות. יאללה, ניתן בראש, קדימה, בהצלחה. אני נצא לבית, זה 9 בערב, אז זה בדיוק זמן, נסיים את 3 פרקים, עשיתי חשבון. אמרתי עד שאני אצא, עד שפה ששמה, אם אני אצא עכשיו, עד שאני אגיע לבית, עם האוטובוס והכל זה בלגן, כן טרומפים. אם אני אצא ב9, יש לי בדיוק את הזמן עכשיו, נסיים להקליט, לעשות סרטון חדש של AK, Motivation, ולהמשיך את היום. יאללה, נתראות.